Okay, well, welcome everyone. Looking forward to sharing my thoughts this evening on Collect Direct, an incredible company about to launch. Some of you have been following this for the last 3-4 months, and it's interesting when you look at the startup of a company. Most of the risk is in the inventory purchases. Most of the risk will be in the actual vendors that would have to supply the company, and can they get the product there to the company to be able to ship it. Now, I come from a distribution background, so I have a bit of a handle on the side of the business from the marketing and the distribution, because I've done all areas of it. First of all, I'm in Canada. Fortunately, for my wife and I, we met Dave Jordan, the CEO and owner of this company, back in 2015. Lined ourselves up with his thinking based on my entrepreneurial spirit and his, and good 8 years later, here we are as the master distributors for this incredible company launching. And part of it is because I'm a sports nut like Dave. I get it. I'm a collector. I mean, just this weekend, I managed to pick up one of the things I was chasing after, which was a Dale Hawerchuk signed jersey. He was a captain of our Winnipeg Jet team back in the day. He's passed on from cancer, but he was somebody that I wanted in my collection. So I was able to get a signed jersey and a poster and authenticated it and so on. So, I'm a collector, but not to Dave's level. But I like business, and the entrepreneurial spirit is so strong in my chemical makeup that I like the networking industry for lots of reasons. But one of the reasons why I like the networking industry is that in general, risk is eliminated. In traditional business, which I'm very familiar with, I've had the pleasure of selling 2 companies over the years, one to a traded New York Stock Exchange company for millions of dollars, and another one that I sold to a partner who was retiring, and so I sold it off to his son, the other half of it. And I share that with you because I want you to understand that everything starts from ground zero, and it gets to the point where it's sellable, let's say, or it gets to the point where it's worth something, that the intrinsic value goes up. Well, what often is the problem is that value is very difficult to determine because you don't know what the inventory is that company has. You don't know what the shelf life of some of these items might be. So often in the traditional networking space, it's usually in the potion and lotion category. It's in the hair care or skin care or vitamin supplement or protein type things or special drinks, and this particular thing will make your nose grow smaller, or this product will make your ears look better. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, there's people that have the greatest stories out there in that type of industry. And I come from that industry in the company that I'm still, consuming the products from. But, I realize more and more as I've been venturing into this adventure, just how exciting this truly is. I've had some great conversations with some incredible entrepreneurs over the last 3 months, and particularly the last month. And they all say the same thing. They've never seen anything like this from the Pied Piper standpoint. And if you understand what the Pied Piper is, when you say you like something, if you have a bit of a following or an influence, people will usually follow you because they trust you. Well, in the nutrition and the potion and lotion space, you've got 800 companies saying the same thing. And that challenge is becoming more and more rampant these days because of formula changes and the FCC and the pharmaceutical companies saying, well, you can't do this, or you can't do that, or you can't say this, or you can't say that. So the challenge is there. But then all of a sudden, this company comes along, never been done before, category creator with a product category paid for in cash by our owner, Dave Jordan, millions and millions and millions of actual items in 3.5 warehouses and growing. Some would value it in the B number high, if you know what I mean. I don't want to say it because I'm not really in the position to tell you that it's worth X number of B billions. I mean, because we've never sat there and got it all graded or so on. But the intrinsic value is definitely there for the average person to say, man, how did this man do that? How did he collect all this stuff? And why it excites the average networker and now business people that are being attracted to this is that when you're first to something, you have a chance to be successful. And being first to an area that has an idea, but no inventory is another challenge in itself. And that's the excitement that we have here. We're first as a category in the collectible space to introduce it to the network marketing industry. We're first, but we've already got the product. Dave's been collecting this for over 40 years. And why he did that is he'll tell you on a Zoom going forward when you actually meet him, for some of you who haven't met him, it's because his wife let him. It's funny when he says that, because you have to know their relationship. Joyce can have right now anything she wants, but this incredible woman is just a real person who wants to enjoy life in the simplest forms. Cut the grass with her garden tractor or work in the yard. She's just incredible, but she's his rock, like many of us have, and we're fortunate to have a significant other. We know what that expression means. So she let him do what he wanted to do because it makes him happy. And it started with his dad back in the day when he actually had a hobby store, and his dad was a collector and a model builder, and it just carried on. So from the age of 5 to 10, then 15, he started to trade cards. Before you know it, he's out there going to these card shows and walking out of there with a collection, or he was setting up his wares on the tables and walking out of there with briefcases full of money. He just got it. He likes to call it a magic trick. And again, I'm not going to put words in his mouth, because again, you'll love to hear him for real talking about this. And some of you might have had a chance to see the Zooms and the recordings on our Collector Act Facebook group. Please go down the timeline and find them, or look up in the saved area there. You'll see the interviews with them and the actual tour of the facility. He just gets what it means to buy something. And I heard Dale say it last week, maybe leave it for 10 years because the value could change 10 years from now. So you have to understand that as we all look at where we are today in this very rare space, being at a category creating company with the inventory already in the warehouse, paid for, debt-free, and creating a demand for an industry that's asking for this. And I want you to understand that as best as you can tonight, because I'm going to read you a couple of numbers that just keep opening my eyes up to this amazing opportunity that Dave has given each and every one of us. Because the truth of the matter is, he doesn't need the money. He is such a goal-driven, competitive person that he wants this to be a home run that we all can be so proud to be part of and leave for our kids. So here's some numbers just to think about when you get a chance as we go forward. 135 million eBay customers. Well, if you go to eBay, they do offer, collectibles. 135 million. Interesting number. How about there's 200 million collectors in the world saving collectibles right now. And in that number, 83% of those people, I read, believe in their heart that what they've got is going to go up in value. That's a pretty strong percentage of that big number that are pretty confident in the world that they're in the right space at the right time. And then Netflix comes out with the series, if you haven't watched it, with the Golden's Collectible series. I think it's 6 episodes. That just recently, an article came out about that collectible series that said anybody in the world that has $1 million worth of collectibles in their possession currently, just 10 times their collectible value. Why did they say that? Because the demand is accelerating in the world. But how do you get it? Do you bring a product to somebody who puts it out on an auction and you pay somebody else to say, and all the stuff that goes along with being an auctioneer? Or do you list it yourself on Marketplace, wherever it is in your area? Those things are challenging for a lot of people. How many of you have ever sold something like a used car? Most of us don't want to do that. We'd rather trade it in and get a different vehicle, because that whole step of the process of the sale is something we're very, very concerned, and a lot of times we don't want to sell, but we do like to share, right? All of us like to share. Like I saw Guardians of the Galaxy last night for those other moviegoers with my wife. Loved it. Great movie. Air Jordan, watched that on Netflix. Didn't see it at the theater. I enjoyed it. But because of being in the collectible space, it really opened my eyes even further to the fact that here's an incredible goat of a basketball player, Michael Jordan, who today makes $400 million of royalty on the shoes that they created for him to wear while he was playing. 400 million today, 2023. That's what the show talked about. Well, that term royalty and that term, residual is the same. And for those of you that have been in this industry before, you understand it. But for those of you that are here as wanting to be entrepreneurs, wanting to be in your own business to make some extra cash flow, we're not going to guarantee you're going to make money, but we're sure going to give you a chance to line yourself up to some incredible speakers, some incredible entrepreneurs, some incredible business people that are going to do what they do for you for free by just sharing what works. They're never going to tell you something that doesn't work. They're going to want to tell you what works. That's what Collect Direct is all about. It's lining yourself up with an entrepreneur in the collectible space by the name of Dave Jordan, who some say is the GOAT, the greatest of all time collector, because he owns his own collection. He's not auctioning off somebody else's. And what does he do with it? He's letting you and I share it with the world. So how does that work? Well, if I could do you all a big favor right now and share with you our very first corporate video that's going to be on our website, I think your eyes will be further open to just how incredible our opportunity is. And when I say that, it's an equal playing field, it truly is. But what I want you all to watch when you watch this video is that we're not talking to anybody in particular. We're just continually opening the eyes of the world that we're attracting to our websites. Because once again, people want what we have. We just got to go and find them. So let me share my screen and I'll come back in a second. And I'm looking forward to you guys all getting your first look at something I believe will open your eyes to just how big this opportunity truly will be. So here you go, the world premiere.
Welcome to Collect Direct. Are you ready to connect your past to your future? For over 40 years, Collect Direct has collected thousands of unique items, from sports memorabilia, comic books, toys, coins, stamps, and much more. The world of collectibles is massive today, and they all have a value of some sort. And now this collection is available to the public to not only purchase, but an opportunity for you to cash in on rewards when others purchase items from our collection. From our website, you'll be able to type in and search for an item to connect you to your past. Maybe it's Bozo the Clown or Gumby or your favorite hockey player. You'll be able to find those memorabilia pieces on our website. The beautiful thing is you'll be able to point, click, and share them with other people too. It all starts with our $9.98 membership plan. You'll select the categories you're interested in, then you can point, click, and share the item with others. If they choose to participate, they can join your team. It's like operating a retail store out of your home, your computer, and phone. Share the website with others, and if they purchase an item, you get paid. Retail rewards range from $5 to $200. This is a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week business where you can share hundreds of thousands of products. So don't miss out on those items from your past and start sharing today.
Okay, I hope you all had a chance to see that. Just a thumb up there. Sean, if you did see that, could you hear it okay? I hope you like it as much as I do. And I want you to all understand the thinking behind that the corporate team looked at was to not talk about the network marketing industry, not talk about anything other than we're in the collectible business and that we're going to share it. So, that's the beginning of where your future is going to lie with this company. Very professionally done, non-invasive, non-sell type marketing. But on the other hand, we definitely are going to open your eyes to this opportunity on a weekly, monthly basis. So that's the first of what's coming down the pipeline, comp plan videos and so on, and more of how you do it and trainings and so on that are coming. But folks, the biggest sort of thing that we are blessed to be in the position of right now is timing. And when I think about timing, I honestly believe that I've never seen anything like this in all my business years. From, I'm a man that's sold, as I said, a couple of companies, taught school as a school teacher for 11 years before I went into full-time business. So I've seen a lot of different things over the last 35 years. And what I love about what I see today is it's just incredible. The sky is the limit in reality, because we don't really know what our customer base will be, but I can tell you that we'll probably generate a lot of customers before you even know the end of this first year, more than we have as members. And why is that? Because in business, the key is customer acquisition. When you think about any type of business in the world right now, they recognize something called CPI, cost per inquiry. And so Dale and others have suggested, how could we attract customers to our program? Well, we're going to be looking at a coupon program that'll allow you, the individual, to do what you want for that customer. In other words, you'll have an option in your back office to select the amount from $5 and up of a coupon that you'd like to give the person for their first purchase. That coupon will be embedded in the link that you'll send them. That's being worked on now. I love the idea of acquiring customers, because here's what we know about a customer. They have friends. We don't know who they know. We have no idea if they decide to be a member for $9.98 and they choose to get onto the business with us. We don't know. But what I really don't know is who they know. And that's the magic of acquiring customers for as little as $5. And that $5, you'll have the choice to embed into your links as you send them out. It's an incredible way that we're looking at expanding and lowering your CPI on your customer base as you go forward. So this is a chance for you folks to see a little bit more about what Dave's been doing behind the scenes, and then give you an idea of what our launch looks like officially. Dave has been putting together a series of numbers right now that he shared with me today, and he asked me to share with you all. And currently, and I'll show you a little of this, our back office has 200 lots of SKUs in it right now, 200. The amount of work it takes to put in his goal of 100,000 is incredible. Manually snapping the pictures, manually sorting the product and categorizing it with their digital stickers and so on for where they're going to be in the warehousing. That's all happening as we speak. Now, if we would have launched this company a month ago, if we would have been ready, would we have been ready to ship those products based on what people want? And the answer is no. And so we held off, and we continue to look at this as being timing is everything. And Dave's goal now is to have 1,000 loaded SKUs with thousands of items per SKU. Now, we're not going to say that on the website because, obviously each item might have available 50 or 60 or 100. And once they go away, they may get off the site, they may come back. He'll constantly rotate the inventory to make it available. But the goal he has right now is to have $75 million worth of value through the summer available for you to point, click, and share to your customers. Those customers can come from everywhere in the world. And we're excited that we're going to be able to ship that. The question earlier on Costa Rica, I don't know the specifics, but DHL and others are being used with the post service in the United States, but to get the international shipments done at a way that is going to be effectively price conscientious and get it there with a signature, let's say. So, all of these SKUs that are being loaded, I want to just give you a snapshot of what that looks like, just to give you an idea, because there's many of you that have said, when are we starting? When are we opening? When are we going live? Right? And for all intents and purposes, we are live, but we're live in our back office, putting this together for each and every one of you. And the ones that get it are just so darn excited that Dave and his team are doing it right. Okay, so let me just share with you another little visual, if I can. And some of you popped in. I will play that video one more time at the end of this Zoom, just so you can see it. But let me just go back to sharing with you a little bit of hang on. I gotta get to one more section here. Bear with me. Here we go. Come back. Let me get to right there. Let me click right here. I just want to show you a little bit of some of the back office operation so that you can get your head around it. Because there's many of you that have never been in this business before, and you're not going to, you may be wondering, oh, how do we manage this? Well, your $9.98 will give you a back office dashboard that allow you to see where your customers are coming from, where your customers are, and what they're purchasing, and you'll be able to help them. But when we look at the order management and we look at what actually is happening in the company, well, here's an example of what Dave's been doing every day, once again, for you and I. These are what we call product names and SKUs. Currently, they're inactive, but as soon as I turn them active, the pictures would show up on the front of the website. We're working on our customer website so that all of these items will be able to be searchable, so that when you type in a particular name of a hockey player or a baseball player, or as I go down here, just take a look if you can at some of these items that are listed here. Here's a bunch of sports items, right? And there's 209 different items with sometimes 1,000 or more SKUs of inventory ready for you to point, click, and share. Let's just keep going. See if you see anything here that catches your attention that's a little different. Yellow ribbon desert storm set with collector binder. That's interesting. Let's keep going down here a little further. There's some really interesting ones that pop out at me. Okay, like you're talking names of sports people that you'll recognize, but you know, Kellogg's College great basketball poster. Maybe it's not for you, but let's just keep going. How about classic woman hockey set? You know, back from 94, 95.
Play soccer.
Soccer is yes, absolutely. Soccer is part of it. He has Messe collectibles that are going to knock your socks off. And I only learned who that man was during the World of Soccer Championships when they won. Now I'm a fan, right, of that particular soccer player, because I'm not a total soccer fan. But as I go through these and you start seeing these different items here, Beanie Babies, 30 random with retired tags, all of this stuff will be there for you to search and find. There's rock there. I'm just gonna keep turning here. I don't even know what Dragon Ball Z is, but Dave is so excited about his collection of Dragon Ball Z, right? And what that means for the average person. There's Cabbage Pail cards, kids that are here, coming to all of you. Eventually, you'll be able to market. Just huge collections. Let's just keep going. Jurassic Park. Let's see some other things. Mars Attack movie, 95 tops. Mortal Kombat. How does he even think that he could collect all this stuff? Doesn't make. I don't understand how he did what he did. But 40 years of this, folks, is there for all of us. Rush, the band Rush, which is a Canadian band. Coins with
Only someone from Canada would like Rush.
Yeah, exactly. My wife hates Rush, by the way. It's funny you say that. She does not like Rush. Shrek, you know, the Shrek's here. $6 million man. 1978 Seals vinyl, 45 records. I mean, come on. Like, it's just this stuff, Star Trek, vintage 1992 stuff. I mean, oh my God. My son loves Star Wars, right? So the trilogy, all of the collectible stuff you're ever going to want in the Star Wars category is in here. Just going through Tiger Woods, you know, from 2001 sets, complete sets available for all of us to point, click, and share. Tanya Harding, for God's sakes, you know, from the 2013 convention. You know, I'm not saying that he was a gymnast fan. Well, hey, Walter Payton, Chicago Bears autographed calling cards. Can you imagine, you know, signed and certified? All of this stuff, he's going to have another 300 loaded between now and the end of the weekend, 1,000 by June 15th of these categories and growing. So eventually, as I share this with you, let me just stop this share now. Eventually, each and every one of you will be able to find anything that you want and your customers want in the collections that are available on the website. Dave's feeling is that he'll have like 100 million different items in behind the SKUs so that there'll never be a run out. We have enough inventory right now to do massive numbers that Dave did in 8 years of his other company every month. I mean, every year for the next 10, but he's collecting and buying every month currently for our future. So he doesn't want to ever run out. That's where we're at, folks. That's Collect Direct. And as of June 1st, we're going to soft test what we're doing. Soft test in terms of making sure that the comp plan, the marketing is all working properly. The goal for all of you is to actually allow you all to start logging in and putting your passwords, putting your credit cards and your addresses and who you are and where you want the product shipped to in the back office at the beginning of June. When that happens, all of that information will start testing and moving through our system so that on June 15th, that is our official hope to be, let's launch and start shipping product. If we launched without doing some testing for 2 weeks, we're not doing anybody any favors. I know you all agree. I know, Sean, you and I had a good conversation the other day. I see you nodding. You've run some companies. Dave is not blowing this, folks. He doesn't have to be pushed into any speed race here because we already know that we have people that are bringing thousands of people to this company. We know that there's customers that just want our product. So why shouldn't they just want it? They don't have to be a member. They're going to buy it. So we've got a customer website that's created called collectdirectcustomers.com that allow them to see our collectibles and just point, click, and share themselves. But we will market to them and say, hey, maybe you'd like to share this with somebody else. And would you like to know how somebody made some money off of your purchase? We're going to drip on them. The CPI, the cost per inquiry that you are going to have is going to do nothing more than keep paying you. That's why on our little post on our Collect Direct Zoom, I said it's the gift that's going to keep on giving, because we're not going to let one transaction be the only transaction. We're going to let those people know when we have new products on the website. We're going to let them know when their chosen category has new products on the website. And our feeling is that every one of those customers will be lifetime customers, because guess what? Each and every one of us are going to create time capsules of the chosen items we want for our futures and for our kids' futures and grandkids and all of the folks that are going to be out there. So when I see CPA, cost per acquisition, right? The inquiry is the person that we have to advertise to say, hey, if I'm going to spend $1 million to get you to come and look at it, that's a cost per inquiry. But the cost per acquisition is to get them to say, yes, I want to buy something. Thanks for pointing that out. You're right. Bang on right there. So let's open this up to a few questions. This is the time we can go into the comp plan and a few more questions on that if you'd like. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me play it one more time, because those of you that came in late, and then we'll open it up to some questions. So let me share that one more time. Hang on here. Let's see if it'll play. If I probably have to reload it. Yeah, I probably do. I have to get out of all this. Okay, hold on. Bear with me. Stop share and go back to cleaning up my desktop so I can find that video. Get out of this, get out of this. And let me go back to here and get back to the video, which was right. Came to me today, right here. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Welcome to Collect
Not
Direct.
sharing.
Are you ready to connect your past to your future? For over 40 years, Collect Direct has collected thousands of unique items. From
Don, you're not sharing your
memorabilia,
screen.
comic books, toys,
Okay.
coins, stamps, and much more.
That's a great time for you to tell me that so that I can get back to where I was. Share screen. I was so excited about finding the video, I forgot to push the button. Okay, now can you see it? There it is. Okay, coming up. Here we go.
Welcome to Collect Direct. Are you ready to connect your past to your future? For over 40 years, Collect Direct has collected thousands of unique items. From sports memorabilia, comic books, toys, coins, stamps, and much more. The world of collectibles is massive today, and they all have a value of some sort. And now this collection is available to the public to not only purchase, but an opportunity for you to cash in on rewards when others purchase items from our collection. From our website, You'll be able to type in and search for an item to connect you to your past. Maybe it's Bozo the Clown or Gumby or your favorite hockey player. You'll be able to find those memorabilia pieces on our website. The beautiful thing is you'll be able to point, click, and share them with other people too. It all starts with our $9.98 membership plan. You'll select the categories you are interested in, then you can point, click, and share the item with others. If they choose to participate, they can join your team. It's like operating a retail store out of your home, your computer, and phone. Share the website with others, and if they purchase an item, you get paid. Retail rewards range from $5 to $200. This is a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week business where you can share hundreds of thousands of products. So don't miss out on those items from your past and start sharing today.
Okay, there we go. Let's see if we've got some questions that can, lead us to the final, say, 10 minutes of our Zoom tonight. So hope you enjoyed that video. I know when I finally saw it come to my computer today, I couldn't believe how good a quality it was. I was ready to jump through the computer and say, that's what we needed to help people get the big picture without having to, be the best talker in the world. So go ahead. Anybody who's got a question about the specifics on the comp plan that maybe is in the group chat that I haven't had a chance to look at yet. So go right ahead. I'm looking. Oh, what's my wife say here? Does Nancy collect hats? Yes, she does collect hats. Yes, she does.
Hey, Don, it's Frank here in sunny Las Vegas. Can you hear
Hi,
me?
Frank. Smiling Frank. Yep.
Yes, it is. Hey, we talk a lot about timing of being in first and being in early and being ground floor and then looking back 10 years from now. But one of the timings that we don't talk about was on the local news today. And I just wanted to share that real quick.
Go right
They
ahead.
they said, thank you. They said that 38% of Americans have part-time jobs, or they call it some kind of gigs. You've heard the word before, and I just can't think of it right now. Hustle, side hustles is what they're calling it. But what they also said is there's millions of people looking for side hustles because an extra $500, an extra $800 a month means so much to so many families. And so, the talking about coming out of COVID and people being now familiar with Zooming and international conversations and all that kind of stuff, puts us really at absolute incredible timing for an opportunity to go into people's homes and offer them a way to make money. And so I'm really excited about that and the collectibles.
Yeah, and that's that whole concept of point clicking and sharing rather than going out in a corner and trying to sell. You just got to use the website and let it do its job for you. So Frank, I'm excited for you, my friend. I know you've been a big player in this industry, and I know you're back out of retirement ready to rock. So good on you, my friend. Looking forward to helping you hit the park, home ball in the park. Who's
Thank you,
next?
I have a question.
Yeah.
For the reward retail of the $5 to $200,
Mhm.
what's kind of like Dave thinking as far as just average salesman and just regular entrepreneur, me being younger, as a good way to look at that for approaching people? Is there like a category he'd like to get rid of first or focus on first rather than the latter, if he had
Yeah.
a lot of diminishing returns, Go
Well,
ahead.
no, I mean, all of the inventory is there for you. What was your first name, sir?
Joshua.
Joshua. Nice to meet you. All of the categories are there for you to share. So you don't have to pick one or the other. You can pick them all. The beautiful thing is if you're going to build a nice, as Frank said, side hustle, if that's what you want to call it, but I like to call it give yourself a raise. If you're working on some other job, why not give yourself a raise and generate some extra cash flow from your website making sales for you? You don't know what the folks that you're going to approach like. You just got to ask them, hey, have you ever collected anything? Or do you know anybody that collects anything? Those two questions can lead somebody to say, well, what do you mean? Say, well, I just purchased something off of this website. It's incredible. Let me share it with you. And you take a look and see if you've seen anything that you'd like. That's it. Let the website do the work for you. There'll be videos talking about the collectibles. You know, we're working currently on a magazine that'll talk about collectibles that's being done by an executive in the company. There's a lot of marketing in behind the scenes to help you and the marketing you'll want to do without you having to be the best marketer. So to answer your question really is have fun. You know, don't pigeonhole yourself into one category or another. But if you're a collector yourself, hey, by all means, buy what you want, put it in a beautiful place. I like to call it a time capsule, and then look back at it 5-10 years from now and just imagine what happened to that value. It's not going down. I can't guarantee it's going to go up through the roof, but collectibles are not being, look, they're not making new antiques, right? So we're in a very good place to be having a partner that has this kind of inventory that he's going to let us point, click, and share. So I hope that kind of helped, Josh. Go right ahead, Philip. I see your hand up.
Oh, thanks, Don. On this soft launch plan for June 1st, what are we going to need to do on our end? Like, are we going to pay our $9.95 or buy our packs by that time? And will we be getting our links, hopefully? Because, you know, on our team with the Del Calvert team, we're June 1st, the soft launch. You guys make sure that your servers are ready to be flooded.
Yeah. So no, you're not going to be at this point, unless things change in the next 5-7 days, you know, because don't forget, this is Memorial Day weekend. This is a losing time weekend in our launch. So Dave's being realistic. He's saying, listen, I cannot promise the light switches are going on for you to get product shipped out the door June 1st. So he didn't. He just said, we'll start working on the system, making sure that it's working properly. You guys have seen some website stuff happening. There's more happening as we speak. The designers are super engaged. I was on Zooms today with them, watching and learning and super excited. I mean, honestly, folks, June 1st would have been the perfect world. We're better off to say June 15th so that we've got room to grow. So what are you going to get on June 1st? The hope is that you're going to have the ability to start loading your own pre-enrolls in. Currently, those of you that don't know what we're talking about, you could send to myself right now, hey, I've got this person, this person, this person, their first name, last name, email, phone number, and what their potential username might be. And by the way, there's only one username available per website in the world. So if you pick one and it's used, you can't have it. So you got to give us a couple options. We'll preload you in to whoever your enroller is on one side of their team. There's only 2 teams in everybody's business. And when I talk about retail rewards, giving, if you just give away the $5, let's say, for a coupon to acquire that customer, well, don't forget the volume of that purchase still counts in your team. The unilevel will still pay you. Retail rewards for every month will pay you. All of the other parts of the compensation plan will still reward you if you acquire that customer. We'll teach you that. I mean, my strength, guys, is I'm a marketer and I'm also a pretty successful entrepreneur. I plan on bringing all of my skills to the team and I'm not holding back. Why would I? I know I'm not the smartest guy out there, but I'm going to try my hardest to help people understand how to be in business. And I know there's people way smarter than me that are in this company that are going to do the same thing. So together we can do so much more. And that's our goal. So Philip, I hope that answered your question. You know, go ahead, guys. We still got some bit of time here. I love these Zooms with these questions because so many people comment after. I learned a lot last week. I learned some more. So go ahead. Who's got another question? Get out of your comfort zone, folks, because this is the way you make money. You just get out of your comfort zone. Ask a question.
Don, I've got something I would like to add to it. My husband and I, and thanks to Dave and Joyce and to yourself and Nancy for opening Australia up for my husband, David, who's on the call today. We're at an event on Monday night for us, and it was just full of years of depth of history in NRL icons and Hall of Famers and things like that for here in Australia. And just sitting in that room and just in the awe of getting goosebumps even thinking about it, all I could think about was looking at the possibilities of what we have and sharing this and opening it up just in our space here, because it's just enormous. And it's exciting to be able to have that point, click, share system that we've got QR codes set up on our little business cards, that looking in that room the other night and all I was with.
Oh, we lost you, but you're
because it could have just been handing it out because.
Yeah. So, hey, Jackie,
just the simplest.
Jackie, give a tip on the QR code that you created where you got that from, how you did that for your business card that you created yourself. Go maybe share that.
Yeah, I just went to Vistaprint. It's just a company that provides, and you can design your own credit card, your own business cards, and they have an option to put your QR code in there. So I asked Don, what is the link that we're going to have with our username that my husband and I have? And I just coded it into our business card when I designed it. And I put a really funky photo on the back of it, and the QR code sat right at the forefront and center of the business card. So to make it easier for my husband, because I'm the chatterbox, he's the one with the contacts, that he can just share that. Here you go, have a look at that, scan your phone over it, point, click, share. We've got everything covered. So it's just brilliant. So thank you, Don, and thank you to Dave and Joyce again.
Well, that's awesome. So folks, that's a great idea what she's did there. The link she's referring to would be collectdirect.com/whatever your username is. So if you were able to create a QR code, you could do what you want with that to create your own point, click, share kind of program. That's what she did. So good on you, Jackie, for spearheading the way ahead. I've had some people asking me, but that's a great idea. By the way, who's going to throw away a picture of you and your husband on the back? Is that what you're saying? You've got your pictures on the back of the card? I read that somewhere, that real estate agents put their pictures on because people won't throw away the card then.
I put all of the ones that I sent through to you, and it's got all little collectibles from icon eras gone by, and I've just put it all and mixed it in together like a jigsaw piece that you can't help but want to look at it, because there's, each time you look at something, there's more on the back. So whether it's thrown on a desk and it gets in amongst all of this white paper, you'll see it because you can't help but look at it. And then when you turn it over, there's this big fat QR code sitting at you, and it's like, yep, it's just an opportunity. So
I hope everybody understands what that does for you. When you click your phone, click your phone to that QR code, her website now is in your phone. And if you look at it and buy anything, Jackie's getting paid, her husband's getting paid. That's the advantage of our marketing strategy of point, click, share. Make it as easy as possible. Remember, we're not direct selling, we're direct sharing. That's what's going to be fun about this. Who else has got a question? Keep going. Silence. Okay, we're winding down.
So,
Oh, I got new. Go ahead.
Maxwell here from Columbia, South Carolina. Just listening to Jackie, one of the things that's coming to my mind is, I know you talk about the fact that he does have a wide range of collectibles. So she talks about collectibles in Australia. How wide is this collectibles? Do they span the whole globe, or is it mainly the United States, or what? Or North America or South America, or where?
Yeah, good question. So it's interesting when you talk to people from, say, Australia, they love the NBA. You talk to people from Japan, they love the MLB, the baseball. They have one of the best baseball players in the world. You talk to people that love soccer. Well, I mean, soccer's everywhere. So we have a big soccer collection. Obviously, NASCAR is a huge area, and one of Dave's largest collectible categories is NASCAR. But then you cross over to the things that many of the young girls and boys grew up with. A lot of the girls, of course, would think of Barbie dolls as being something they would wish they would still have from when they were small and little. What about the Cabbage Patch era? Cabbage Patch dolls were massive. They're coming back. The Beanie Babies, they're coming back. But then let's go one step further. Dave's collectibles span into the LP, the vinyl record categories. He's buying up vinyl records right now so that we can have the ability to search different artists, and they can buy some classic vinyl record, which that whole industry is coming back. People find that sound and the whole, method of putting the thing on the record is being an effort to get the music they want, as opposed to just pushing a button. There's a movement at times to going back to old, it seems like, in the world, especially with this crazy world we're in right now with what we're reading about with AI and everything else. But I kind of like the idea of doing things the way I used to do it. So that's part of our collectible category, if that answers your question. So Star Trek, movies, we're talking the little figurines that Dave's bought out of Europe, out of England. So many of these figurines of animals and that are collectibles. Then he's got Walt Disney signed this, that, and the other thing. He's got presidents' things. coins from around the world. Massive collection. I believe that'll be our next category that's released is the coins area. He does have stamps, but what about 2 million plus comic books? Who doesn't love to look at a comic book and look at, Superman or Spider-Man as a kid? I mean, it may be the ability for a mom or a dad to be able to go back and start reading with their child again and get them into reading periodicals rather than just their computer. Because let's be honest, they say when you go to bed at night and you're looking at that blue screen, it takes away your sleep. So there's some great things we can think of here, folks, from a family standpoint. And I just love the fact that we are at the beginning stages of tons of ideas coming down the pipeline to expand this around the world. So Maxwell, I hope that answered your question. I mean, there's just so much, and the world wants what we have, and we're just going to let it go and provide people with the chance to purchase it. So, and meanwhile, you get paid.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? We still got a bit of time here. I got another maybe couple of minutes in me.
Hi, can you see me?
I can. I love your bandana.
Hello,
Is that a bandana?
Lori, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, two questions. How do we get our new recruits to you? Because a couple of them that have filled out the handy dandy form have heard nothing from the company yet.
Okay.
And also, do we get an email confirmation of any kind when somebody joins our team?
Yes,
Because I haven't, we did.
you will.
Okay.
But we're not live yet. So
Okay,
the quick answer, and I'm sorry, is it Lori?
uh-huh,
Yeah, Lori. Yes. When somebody joins your team, you will get an email that say, congratulations, so-and-so has joined your team as a member. The plan is to have it embedded with, they've come in as a starter or an influencer or a team or a superstar collector, and you should reach out to them and offer them assistance. That will come as an email to them, and to you, you'll get an email. They'll say, their email will be, congratulations, you successfully have placed your order, and here's your ID, order number, and so on. That'll happen at that end. That's all working on currently, but we have not got any of that live right now. So anything you've done currently by providing your information to whoever your enroller is, you've just got to trust that if they've done their job, it's in the system, and when we go live, you're there. But it won't be long before you can go and check and see where you are in the system.
okay,
When that goes live, you're just going to go in there with your email, and you won't have a password yet because we haven't embedded passwords. You'll get to set that up. Then we'll have some training on how the genealogy works, where you got to look for your names, how do you find the people in your team. All of that's coming. But right now we got to
Okay.
until the first 2-week test period where we'll start doing some training of that. I would think of the first 2 weeks of June.
okay, that's awesome. And sorry about the birds, but they live in this room too.
Hey, tell me about your background picture there. It's Elvis and all those great pictures. Tell me about that.
Oh, well, I made it up because I'm getting ready and I'm motivated.
I
So
love it. I love it. I
that's,
want that.
there I am.
Is that a green screen behind you, or is that actually a poster?
No, you can put it in on Zoom. You can put a background
I
on
love
your
it.
Zoom. And so that's my Zoom background.
I love it. Good for you. Congratulations. Okay, we got time for one more. Let's hear something else. Go ahead. There's some excitement out here. Oh, Mike.
I just got a question. Where in the world does Dave find all this stuff? Does he go buy inventories from closeout stores? I'm sure he's got multiple outlets, but to buy truckloads, how does he do that?
So let's use this analogy, and this is a good thing for me to put on this recording. How do you find the next Tom Brady? How do you find the next football player that's going to be drafted #1? How do you find the hockey player that is going to, score the next 75-goal hockey season, or that? How do you find it? Well, it's a connection of people that have said, you should see this kid play. And that leads to somebody having that kid try out for the high school team that lends him a scholarship, and so on and so on. In Dave's world, he has fingers in this industry that are wide, and people are calling him with collections. They're calling him. He's not chasing anymore. They're coming to him. But here's the best part about Dave Jordan. He never, Michael, comes to you. When you bring him something, he doesn't say, I'll take this, this, and this. He says, how much for all of it? Because the all of it is where you and I and Lori and Renee and the other people on the Zoom, you and I we make the money off of all of it because we need $29.95 items. Folks, I'm going to share one more thing with you that Dave has come up with just recently. We're going to be selling $3, $5, $8, $10, $12 items that you can point, click, and share and build your item up to $59 or $29 or to $200. That's coming. The calculations on what the BV is and how the program is going to pay out, that's all being worked on now. That's why we wanted to make sure that you all understand that this is not just 5 little items or 5 little categories of potential buying power you have. No, you're going to be able to buy $2 items and build up to a $300 collection. All of this is there for all of you, being worked by these people that are in this team and Dave's corporate office from 3 at the times and 4 in the morning. That's why he doesn't get on these Zooms at night, because he's in bed already. I mean, he likes to be there so early when nobody bothers him, and he's doing this for all of us. So that's the world we're in. So where does he find it? They're coming to him, and it's never stopping, and he'll never run out, because he's going to make sure that this legacy goes on and on and on. Remember, Dave Jordan and Joyce, they didn't have children. We're kind of like his kids. He wants us all to have a piece of what he's been collecting all these years. And that's exciting, and that's just a big heart in the guy. So you all meet him at when we have our first big event, you meet the man. He's like, I don't even want to describe what I always call him, because I just, my image is like Super Mario Brother bouncing across the stage, because he's just full of energy, right? So anyways, that's that. I hope that answered your question, Michael. Look, this has gone again to the 55-minute mark. I hope you enjoyed tonight's Zoom. Next Wednesday should be an interesting one. I think we're after the Memorial Day long weekend. We're coming up to Wednesday will be the 31st of May. Don't miss that one. That's all I can tell you. Should be interesting. Thanks for joining me. I'll post the recording shortly. I hope you enjoyed it. The video, once I get Dave's permission, I will actually post it for you to be able to share it. But right now, it'll be on the Zoom recording, so you'll see it. Take care, everyone.